Hey guys, welcome to the video. Today we're going to be talking about what to expect from the Giants offense in 2020. I know I've talked about the subject a little bit in my NFC East predictions video, but I got some feedback saying that there were some more Giants videos that people wanted, so I decided to put this offensive video out. Also, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps my channel grow, and I hope you enjoy the video. So let's talk about the New York Giants offense for a second. Starting with Daniel Jones, the quarterback, he's going to be the leader of this offense, right? His rookie season was last season, and I think he has the ability to make this offense into a top 15 offense in the NFL. I know I've said this in my earlier video on the NFC East predictions video about the Giants possibly having a top 15 offense in 2020, but I think Jones is the key to that. Last season in 13 games, he threw for 3,000 yards, 24 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions. And those are really solid stats, right? But in his second season, with weapons that are going to be healthy the entire season, I think Jones can take that next step. If he played all 16 games and even having injured wide receivers and an injured tight end and an injured running back for most of the year, or for at least part of a year, he would have been able to get to 30 touchdowns. So that's just a really, really good sign for Daniel Jones, and I think he will be able to produce next year at a higher level. One of the factors that is going to make him produce is running back Saquon Barkley. Barkley is one of the NFL's best running backs. In his rookie season in 2018, not only did he make the Pro Bowl, but he rushed for 1,300 yards and 11 touchdowns in 16 games. However, last year saw him take a step back in production. He only had 13 games as he was injured for a little bit, and he only had 1,000 rushing yards and 6 touchdowns. Nonetheless, Barkley's still explosive. He's still dynamic. He's still that offensive rookie of the year type caliber player that he was a few seasons in 2018 rather. And Barkley has a shot at being the number 1, number 2, number 3 best running back in the NFL. So he, along with Daniel Jones, are really important in making sure that Giants offense does really well. Also, Jones needs good wide receivers, and the thing is, his wide receiving core is very underrated. Starting with Sterling Shepard, I absolutely love Sterling Shepard. If you're in fantasy leagues, pick him up in those mid to later rounds. I think he could be really, really solid this season. Last year in 10 games, he had 57 catches for 576 yards and 3 touchdowns. And those words, that was in only 10 games. The thing with Shepard is he's always been a little bit of an injury concern. But if he can stay healthy, he can definitely be a contributing factor to Jones' success in 2020. And that's not to mention that Golden Tate wouldn't be a contributing factor to Jones' success. Tate has been in the league for what seems like, at this point, a decade. He's been in Seattle, he's been in Detroit, as well as Philadelphia. And now on the Giants, last season, he had about 50 catches for just under 700 yards and 6 touchdowns, which are really solid numbers for Golden Tate. He's dependable, but yes, he only played 11 games last season, and he was injury prone last year. So the thing is, if these wide receivers in New York can stay healthy, I think they could be a really, really good counterpart to Daniel Jones. Jones is going to need his wide receivers to lean on. And also he's going to need Darius Slayton, another wide receiver. Last year, Darius Slayton was phenomenal when Tate and Shepard went down with injury. He stepped up with Eli Manning in a primetime game against the Eagles where he broke out. Slayton has shown that he's capable in the NFL. He's shown that he's a capable wideout. And look for Slayton to increase his production in 2020 when he's going to be able to have probably more playing time than he did last year. Also, Evan Engram is really crucial to the Giants' offensive success. Engram is one of the top tight ends in the NFL, but he has injury problems, right? Last year, he only played 8 games, and he had 44 catches for 467 yards and 3 touchdowns. If he'd played the full season, he could have easily had 90 catches for about 900 yards and about 6 touchdowns. So, really, if Engram could stay healthy, he's going to be a dynamic, dominant threat in the Giants' passing game, especially in the red zone. He's a really good aerial red zone target. And if Engram can stay healthy, that just helps Jones out even more. And as I've said, Jones is that key to the Giants' success. And if he has weapons who are contributing around him, then he is going to succeed, and the Giants' offense is going to succeed in 2020. Plus, don't forget about the Giants' offensive line. They really, really stepped up in the offseason, getting guys that they needed. And one of those guys is Andrew Thomas. I absolutely loved how they brought in Andrew Thomas to fill that void at tackle, right? They need another bookend with Nate Solder to really help out Daniel Jones and allow him that time in the pocket to find his receivers and tight end and allow for the running game to open. So I think Andrew Thomas was the best offensive tackle in the draft, and I think the Giants did a really, really good move getting him there at number 4. Also, as I said, they have Nate Solder. Solder is one of the better tackles in the NFL. He's a little bit underrated, and he's going to help Daniel Jones stay upright, stay able to get the football to his playmakers, right? Also, don't forget about Kevin Zeitler. Zeitler is one of the better guards in the NFL. He's going to help open up running room for Saquon Barkley. So with Andrew Thomas, Kevin Zeitler, and Nate Solder, as well as Will Hernandez too, and Spencer Pulley, look for the Giants' offensive line to not be as bad as they were last year. Giants' offensive line is going to improve. They just brought in that first-round pick to help them out. So all in all, I think the Giants could have a really solid offensive season this year. They have playmakers all over the football field. However, the one big variable in all this is Jason Garrett, the new offensive coordinator for the New York Giants. Now, Garrett is an interesting case. I don't think he's a good head coach, and I don't think he is a good, great offensive coordinator. However, he is a former quarterback, and he did coach one of the league's best offensive last year. So I think with Garrett as the head coach, I think this Giants offense can be a boom or bust kind of offense. It's either going to be a lower caliber offense with injured players, or it's going to be a top 10, top 12 offense in the entire NFL. So I think the Giants offense in 2020 is either going to ignite or it's going to crash and burn. And it's going to be one of the two. I don't think there's really an in-between because of all the injury-prone players it has on the roster. And with Jason Garrett as that offensive coordinator, I'm just worried what's going to happen. So I think the Giants will be a very intriguing team to watch in 2020, and I'm very excited to see what their offense is able to do. Now that you've reached the end of my video, I want to thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe as it helps my channel out, and check out my other videos on my channel. Also, you can follow my Instagram, the link is in the description down below, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, see ya.